Hello everybody, this is Assassin. Right now I'm going to be carrying on with that 2v2 with that 1v1 series, between IGT Karl and Knappert. So thank you for sending me this replay, Knappert and Karl. So this is going to be part 2 of 3. I'm going to try and upload these tonight as soon as I can. So these are both. Karl is a Terran player. He, like I said in the first video, if you haven't watched that, go and watch that video. It was pretty awesome. Second, we have Knappert. He is a Protoss player, so it's going to be a TVP. And we see quite early scouting going on by Karl, so this is kind of interesting. Maybe getting worried about something interesting, something early. StarCraft is too loud. Maybe it's fine. Even though that made no difference at all. Probably just my microphone. Anyway, so Karl is going to scout relatively early. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm actually very interested in what Karl's actually trying to do. Blocking a third base on this map is kind of odd because he hasn't even taken his natural, which is over here. So that's kind of really odd. Like, his main base is here, his natural hasn't been taken, and Karl is trying to take his base over here. I do not understand that one kind of bit, but I'm not going to judge it. So we see the barracks going down instead of command center first. He could very well harass that SCV just to force another SCV off the line, but I would also put an SCV off the line as soon as I can. So we see Knappert has thrown down his gateway. I'm extremely curious on what Karl is doing right here. It's actually very interesting. Wow, that SCV has not much to actually do. So this looks pretty cool. We see the gas being thrown down for our Protoss, and that probe is still alive, scouting around everything it can. And there it just got trapped. So it's gonna die right now. Goodbye, probe. So that SCV should turn into a Marique proxy. Excuse me, it's a proxy barracks. Which is wise, because in the first game, I don't think he could proxy because we see Knappert place his pylons, spread them out so well that it was hard for Karl to even cope with it. So, the proxy barracks will probably go here for some random reason. I would put that as main. But he has no idea of this. And Karl has no idea what is going on in here. At least Knappert has some kind of idea what's going on here. But we see this Marine coming out, and this is going to just be a 1-Rax proxy. And we see the chrono boosting out that warp gate, Zealot, Stalker, everything is standard so far because it's the beginning of the game. I'm gonna go ahead and speed. Nah, I'll just leave it like this. Is it a bit boring? If it is, please leave it in the comments. Tell me if it's boring, so I can always. Oh, Knappert sword. Knappert sword. Oh god. So, considering this has actually happened, it's more like a bunker rush, I would think. So that Zealot is going to try and escape back home, but he needs another SCV here. And nope, the SCV is not going to come here. So we see a bunker rush, which is kind of odd. I haven't seen a bunker rush in quite a while in my life. So that Zealot and that one Stalker just took care of everything right there. He needs to get that SCV. It's a bit late. He could have made it before, but you know. Yeah, he could actually very well block his opponent off over there, and even prevent him from leaving over here. But that'll just be a waste of resources if you ask me, because he'll always just get air units or something. So that SCV has died. Units lost has actually been very good for our Protoss player, as you saw in the last game. Karl won this game kind of easy, but Knappert put up a great fight, I must say. So we see a Robo on the way with 2 gateways, Sentry, Immortal, all-in. This is the timing for a Sentry, Immortal, all-in. 3 gateways and 1 Robo. So we see Karl going down with 2 racks, originally 3 with 1 command center, so that's pretty awesome. And guys, there's some huge changes for me and for any other caster out there, even for normal average players. It's about HOTS. Check it out, for reals. It's pretty awesome. Sorry, I just really wanted to say that. So that bunker is placed in an odd position. Oh, that Marine's gonna die. Ooh, the SCV just managed. Wow, bunkers have a huge amount of range right now. Wow. What's the range of a bunker? This Stalker can easily go down, but we see our Protoss trying to put on some kind of pressure early game, which is good. It's actually very good, but he needs to get those Immortals and Sentries out. Plus those Warp Gates. Actually, this is just a confusing game. So we said the command center went down for our Terran player, which is what I like to do, as I explained before. 2 racks, command center. What is going on here? Honestly, make a Marauder. You can easily kill the Stalker. Especially if the Sentry shooting. It's so simple to kill a Sentry. That was a wise choice, but he needs to heal that Marauder or Marine, whatever. Why would you force field his ramp? Oh, you were trying to save the Sentry, I see. But now he's supply blocked. Those 2 Marines are dead. Wow, they got sliced. Wow, no blood for some reason. Wait, is my blood on? Because if the blood is not on, I swear to God, I need to put the blood on. Blood. Is it by gameplay? Should be by gameplay. There's no blood, looks like. Nope, no blood. Back to the game. So we see double gas being taken along with his gases over here, because Protoss is very gas heavy. Needs to transfer some probes down, as you can see, is the right amount of probes. So he should get those guys in gas whenever he can when those simulators are finished. I think you should probably raise this barracks and maybe throw down a starport over here. So then do some proxy Banshee kind of play, confuse your opponent, I don't know. It would be a wise choice, but then for now it'll be wise, but later game it won't be very wise, because you might see cannons at the back, more warp-ins, there'll be stalkers right now, so it's a bit late already. And that one Marauder has got one hell of a walk when these Marines and Marauders don't have much of a walk. So we see a lot of barracks being produced right now, which is very good. I don't know why this is happening right now, but I'm not going to question it. So his second base is not fully up and running for our Terran player, but if you watch the first game, you would see that the Terran player had his expansion first, and you can see Knappert has his expansion up and running first. So that's very big. We see Colossus Tech on the way, with more warp gates on the way also. Also a very wise choice. Where is that observer exactly? Okay, it's still gonna go out to the field. There's no third base being taken, but he's taken this game good. His macro seems a bit better. He tried an early push, which did not work out very well. So the factory is gonna go down soon. The starport. That early push didn't work out too well, and his macro is looking a bit better, because last time he was on 3 bases and he had like 7,000 minerals. So you can see he's spending these on bunkers, good defense, but he is not aware of this. He's actually not aware of this at all. It's so close to seeing.
Base is under attack.
But we see the tech lab is going to get taken out, but that Rax is now being taken back to normal. So he needs to outload these bunkers, because if he can see this observer, he would know this would be coming. Actually, I want to check something. Let's just go about there. Okay, so we saw a warp in right there. So that observer... Okay, wait, where is the observer? Okay, so... Wait, where is the observer?
Add-on complete.
Odd. Anyway. The observer is going to be there, so I'm going to be showing you guys some StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm more games. More single-player games. It's actually very cool, the single-player. Some multiplayer and a lot of other things. Okay, so the Marauder just got slight... Oh, the blood is on. Whee! I love blood. Until I'm bleeding, then it's kind of hard. So he probably should be seeing this. So that's the tech lab being under attack. So I wonder if he's actually... He should be seeing this observer. I can see it from here. But now it disappeared. Okay. So we see the pylon is going to probably warp in a bunch of units. And those are the zealots that are going to probably go and attack his main base. And Karl is only aware of this now. He needs to get those Marauders, Marines, and Meridians and Marauders out. While Stimpack just finished off, those SCVs are gonna die soon. Well, that was actually held off very well. But Karl still is not aware of this. He's not aware of that. He's throwing down another starport, 2 starports, so that's very interesting. But we see the army looks kind of criticized. What's the word? What is the word? Looks kind of scary, like... I don't know. The army looks kind of scary for our Knappert here. while Karl just has Marina Marauder. If he doesn't get those medivacs out, he's going to be kind of in trouble here. He needs to raise this factory because Hellions right now is not the time for Hellions. Once he raises that factory, he will be able to land those starports or starport. And this is something I saw in the first video. Karl has a habit. He'll keep his SCVs just... Wait, there's another one? He'll keep his SCVs just chilling. He won't even move them. So that's not a very good habit to have, Karl. Wow, okay. So you can see that there's some SCVs here that aren't moving. But we see a huge engagement. But we do not see that the Terran player... We see that the Terran player was able to hold this off kind of simply. Not a very big battle, but this might be a very short game. I don't know. I observed it, but I can't really remember. It was quite a while back. But we can see... Oh, the mule just died. I knew it. So he better not kill off these rocks right now or even take a third base, because you can see his army. It's right here. You can see the pylon. Ooh, supply block. That's kind of hard to handle. So we can see the pylon is right there, so you would know that the army should probably be there. Oh, here's the army. So you can see that they're going to probably take this out. Wow, so he's got the high ground advantage, but... Oh wow, we see a nice battle going on here. But I think it's a bit late for Karl to hold this off. He's gonna lose that command center. But he needs to repair it. It's gonna oh, and the command center just goes down. And then you see Knappert's gonna back on out of there because it's a bit too late. It's a bit too early to go for the final push, but if he wanted to, he could, because Karl he still has an expansion, but still, that's too many barracks to produce off of one base, where we see that Knappert is getting his third base almost up and running, when he could actually transfer all these probes down, exact amount of probes down here, and then he'd be on 2 base. But he could just transfer a couple down, because this still has a couple minerals left. I like the army positioning, just spreading it out in case of any nukes. You won't do too much splash damage. But nukes are OP, so you probably will. So we see 3 engineering bays. Where's the third one? Third one should be... Here's the third one. 3 engineering bays for some random reason. And if he can get that third base up and running, then that's going to be great. But it's a bit risky to actually get that third base running right now. Oh, the Colossus, and you see the Zealots going into town. This is kind of over, because look at the splash damage. We've got 3 Colossus at the back, so many Stalkers, and only a couple Vikings that can't even handle that many Stalkers. So, this is kind of over right now. The supply is not even that high, because it's only like 13 minutes into the game, so it's kind of tough to tell why the supply is so low, but everything like that. And IGT Karl has left the game without any GG. So guys, that was a pretty interesting game. We saw that Knappert had reinforcements at the back. He had the money. He had the warp gates for all of this, which is good. Which is very good. He had 3 bases up, 2 double gas, all the gases taken. And he still had more Colossus on the way off 1 base, starting his upgrades. This looks pretty sick if you look at the bottom. Check that out. So I promise you I'll be uploading more StarCraft. The third episode is on the way, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Wow, that's a lot of SCVs. Wow. Oversaturated. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.